I was listening to what you said earlier, Trigger Mike, that you went to the gun range and they was preparing, and that if it's a our war, then you're not gonna help us, right? That's what it is. What threw me off about that statement is when none of us involved in doing nothing to him. So if you see them getting mad at people, like the little George Floyd memes they got online and all the ignorant stuff they did in regards to our community, if you see them doing that, and they first thought they'd get the person who shot him and go get revenge on that community, and it come to ours, that's just what they wanted to do anyway. And no amount of begging and trying to be sympathetic gonna change that. If that's in them people's heart, that's in their heart. You just gotta accept
there's what do you call it? I think there's several sectors, right? So that's why we said the bad actors, right? There's people that's just talking, and then there's the extremists on both sides that wait for opportunities to do crazy stuff. Now, my question is like, when did we get like this? Because I'm not trying to gaslight y'all, Kia or Marcus, but I grew up with Black Americans, right? So I can remember like in the 90s, right? We play basketball every day. One of the things I learned on the basketball court is that talk is cheap. We talk a lot of trash. You know what I mean? Jade in your face, all that type of stuff. And if it's really getting bad, if the contention is getting bad and you ball up your fist because somebody dunk on you, whatever, you look at that person and you say, do something. It ain't really a problem till you do something to somebody. Until you swing, now we really got a problem. When did talking, like I don't expect anybody to receive the message and some of the divisive rhetoric from Charlie Kirk well, if you Black, but this is what I consider to be racist. So I'm just going to level set here. Charlie Kirk ain't did a damn thing. He did nothing. He talked a lot of shit. I give y'all that. He did nothing. So let me put into perspective what I believe like a racist is that would invoke this type of reaction. Margaret Sanger was a racist. She plotted to put Planned Parenthood in Black neighborhoods, which is why Black people never reach above 13% of the U.S. population. She did some shit. J. Edgar Hoover did some shit, right? Those are the people that I expect to invoke this type of response. Charlie Kirk was just talking shit, right? And I'm intelligent enough. Hold on, Kia, I'm listening to you speak. Marcus, I know you intelligent enough. I'm intelligent enough to articulate my point back to him without violence. That's where I'm coming from with it.
But my point is, we didn't respond with violence. This literally, like at the core, has absolutely nothing to do with us. So no matter how, what using your example about, we can articulate if they feel a way about the words, then they should use words to respond. Like, I don't understand why we ain't use this time to address white on white violence, because this seems like a prime example to talk about the political field and how it's heightening up, and that he just popped in front of the wife and kids. I think when you address white on white violence, then we can look at the sphere in which that happened to the wife and the child to see that happening. And I think that it's somebody needs to do something about this white on white violence, because it's been plaguing the political arena for too long. They just popped some of the Democrats. It's several instances. They've been trading pop shots at a high level, and these people got access to a whole lot of we're not talking about regular people on the street. We're talking about political affiliates with police connections, CIA connections, at federal. They could be doing literally anything. This white on white violence has to stop. This has to stop. And I'm appalled you didn't bring it up. As much as you love to address intercommunal violence, why are you not addressing this white on white violence, Trigger Mike?
Because they're the ones with all the guns. So I think one of the interesting things about this is that we have not put ourselves in a position to really have an opinion about it. He who has the goal make the rules. You know what I mean? If this is high level political violence, you know what I mean? And this is such an appalling thing because of the following of this man. Like, we keep saying murder. This man was assassinated. Just like somebody said, what other high level person with a following has been assassinated within our lifetime? Like
he a social media influencer. He not a
no. So
he has his hand in a lot of things politically.
I'm sorry, Kia. Let me do this.
Yeah, but I'm saying
let me say this real quick. Just to level set this, Charlie Kirk was not just a media influencer, bro. He was the point person for Donald Trump.
For Turning Point US.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that this is how influential he was. Donald Trump won the popular vote in 2024. That was almost impossible. And he did it because of young conservative white men converting over to his cause because of young men like Charlie Kirk. That's how influential he was.
Okay.
Mike,
I think people having certain opinions can incite violence. Like, I understand what you're saying, like on the basketball court, talk is cheap, but it's not. Like, words do hurt. And if your words are violent or in encouraging other people to commit violence, then you do. I mean, even in Christianity, you cannot provoke another person to, you cannot anger another person, even if it's just with your words. That's a sin. If it's a sin for you to provoke someone else to sin. So you are just as guilty if I tell you to go commit some type of fraud and you go do it. I am an accomplice to that because I agreed for you to do it, even though all I did was talk, even though all I did was say it. It's still just as violent.
What did he say?
I can answer this for her. So there's a religious leader that he prays for a whole month. It's like something, MC something. So this guy was a very devout Protestant, right? McLean. You know what I'm about to say then, right? And he believed that we are Canaanites, black Americans and blacks in general are Canaanites, and we were supposed to be enslaved. It was divinity of God. So he praised this man effectively for a whole month. And his main ideology that he was known for was that we supposed to be enslaved. You really care about this man, knowing that's what he advocated for. That was his hero.
I don't care about Charlie Kirk. I'm saying that I'm objective enough to have an objective conversation about it. So Kia, this is what I'm asking you. What did Charlie Kirk say? I'm asking for education. I sit here, I work from home. I sit right here and work all day. I watch a lot of his clips. Like, we get a lot of the short form video. So it's clickbait. So I click and I'll listen to the whole 4-hour thing of him at a university, right? So I need to know, what did he say? I guess you're talking about dog whistling. Did he make any actual attempts to say, go do something to these people? Like, where did you hear that in his speech?
So me and Charlie Kirk, I don't know him personally. I started debate when I was in 8th grade, and Charlie Kirk has been a public figure in the debate scene for over 15 years. So this has been since I was a freshman in high school. So men like Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro, I would watch their stuff because these were considered the great new debaters. Mm-hmm. Charlie Kirk has said things like the Civil Rights Act was one of the worst mistakes that we've made in history, in American history. I have some quotes pulled up of his. Sorry, I don't have my glasses today, y'all. I broke them. Give me 1 second.
So he said the Civil Rights was the worst mistake, and that ties back to the
Civil Rights Act was the worst mistake that we've ever made. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that ties back to that the religious context. Then he said Martin Luther King was okay. You got it.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead. He also said that Black people were the best time for Black people was in the 1940s. The best time for Black people was during Jim Crow. Okay. That is violent. That is violent. Saying that a group of people is only productive when they are subjugated, that is violence.
Were Black people subjugated in 1940?
During Jim Crow?
Subjugated. Do you know that the word that you're using?
Yes, I do.
Were they still enslaved in 1940?
Plenty of Black people were still enslaved in 1940, yes.
Okay, I mean generally, like Jim Crow is not associated with slavery per se. It's a group of laws to suppress the prominence of Black people.
The wrong word.
maybe subjugation wasn't the right word. Oppressed, I'll say.
Okay, yeah, fair. I mean, all of that is fair, right? Now, what I'm saying is that Charlie
Is that
Kirk.
not violent?
No, that's why I'm like, where that's not violent. Contextually, that's not violent. I told you all this man did was talk.
It is.
Hold on. That's not violent.
But Mike,
Yeah.
but I need to interject because your question is loaded, because you know that the answer, she's not going to be able to find something that specifically says go out and harm people, right?
Yeah,
but
I understand.
There's ideas that get put in people's heads, right? That put a battery in their back and then they start to act foolishly, right? Also, It doesn't make sense what you're saying about words shouldn't do X, Y, and Z. We know words hurt and people get punished because words are the first thing that people open up with before hands start flying, right?
Yeah.
This is Sparta. You remember when he got kicked down the hole? Because the messenger was responsible for any message he conveyed in Sparta. It didn't work in other like it did in other countries. So you had to pay for that. So we know that happens, right?
So I mean, the way I'm looking at it is, the dude been doing this since he was 18. Ain't shit happened yet from his words. He's extremely divisive like that, right? He's not one of the people that I look at. He wouldn't even be somebody that I look at like that.
But Mike, take this walk with me. What's the key word you just used?
Yet.
And then the D word. Pause, just in case.
Yeah, I'll refresh my memory.
Divisive, right? So what happens when you cause division amongst people? Right now they're pitted against each other, hence divisive.
Absolutely.
So I'm just saying, I understand, I catch your drift, but you know that we're not going to find something emphatically that says go out and hurt people.
No, not only are you right, not only are you right, you're right, and this is the issue that I take with it.
Sure.
I don't think Charlie Kirk was any more racist than I am.
Oh, he
you see what I'm saying?
To me,
sure. What I'm saying is that any dog whistle that he has said, I've said the same shit about white people. I've seen people on panels say that we should do the same shit to white people.
You know why this is
these
Hey, Marcus, real quick, because Jazz, I don't know if Jazz or True talk yet. I just don't want to.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with JR. I was supposed to go. Hold on, I was supposed to go to True.
You got in trouble? You got in trouble?
You the reason. This is DJ Hemp fault. Because I was sitting here quietly listening, minding my merry little business, and then you had the pose. And if anybody has ever watched the show, they know exactly what my triggers are when it comes to any of the issues. You talk about relationships, oh, it's all good. You talk about women, they ain't that bad. You talk about racism, burn it all down. You know that's my ideology. You already there is not a one person confused about that about me. Even Trigger Mike knows. I'm trying to